if you're focusing on leading yourself or you're beginning to lead others and you're in a leadership role, here are the traits that you should develop that all strong leaders have. The first is very simple: honesty and integrity. They are crucial to get people to believe you and to be led by you, because people don't follow scam artists, they don't follow liars, they just know that they're gonna get led somewhere and then be left out to dry, right? So they only follow people who are trustworthy. This is the most natural human instinct. So you have to make sure that you appear honest and integrity, and not just appear that way, but actually be, because your long-term reputation's on the line on this. That once you appear honest and have integrity, which is really what everybody should have, so that's kind of like par for the course, then you have to have a vision, because you're leading people somewhere. And to have a vision, you need to know who you are and where you need to go. And then you need to be able to express that vision to others and get their buy-in for your vision. So just like in startups, this is very common. A lot of startup founders, they think they have some great idea. They can't get anybody to join their project. Sometimes the project sucks, but sometimes that entrepreneur isn't able to communicate how amazing it will be for people to join. Maybe the project is really great, maybe there's something amazing about it, but they just don't have the way to inspire and communicate. This is a challenge for a lot of young entrepreneurs. They haven't developed that side of it. They just say, oh, my idea, and they babble about it, but they're not able to inspire with it. They're not able to get other people to go like, aha, yes, I want to be part of this seems great. I like where you're going. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see success, and I want to be a part of that. That's a trait of great of great leaders, when they can inspire with their vision. Next is, you have to work well with your team to keep them motivated. You have to understand what each person needs to perform at a peak level and make sure you get them that. Some people need personal attention. Some people need autonomy. Some people need something else. Some people need the right kind of motivation. And so what your job is to understand each of the people that you lead and to tap into what makes them perform at their peak level, how to get them essentially to be the most enthusiastic about their work from inside, intrinsically. The other traits of, I'll run through this quickly. There are a few other traits that I want to mention for great leaders. First, you have to have emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is comprised of 3 steps: understanding yourself, understanding others, that's called empathy, and being able to use those to get yourself and others to perform at highest highest level. And a part of that is to get their emotional state to be a state of enthusiasm rather than some negative state, or have some kind of low self-esteem or something else. You have to get people into a state of enthusiasm so that they want to start the work. Also, leaders usually have high self-esteem. If you're depressed, if you have a low self-esteem, you're obviously not going to want to lead anybody, because you're going to second guess yourself. Also, leaders usually have a lot of creativity, because they need to find creative solutions to problems, because when they're leading people or they're leading projects, sometimes there are roadblocks, and you have to find ways over them, around them, or to solve the issues. Otherwise, the whole project, whatever you're leading, that stalls. So you need great ability to have creative solutions and creative ideas. That's also sort of just par for the course. A lot of people, they say, oh, I'm just an idea guy, but for this it's not enough. You have to, that's just one of the things, but it's definitely creative problem solving is just one of the things you need to be a great leader. Also, you need persistence. Oftentimes, maybe most of the time, things don't work out the first time you try them. In fact, the first time you try anything, you're probably the worst at it, right? Because you're a novice, you have no idea, and you only get better at it as you keep trying it. So persistence is actually a huge part of success and of leadership. A lot of people might quit, and if you didn't quit, you will get further. Also, you need to have great written, body language, and oral communication skills so that you can communicate your vision, of course, but also anytime there are challenges, anytime there is conflict with the team, you need to be able to express succinctly and perfectly what the situation is and what the way to move forward is, and make sure that nothing is left unsaid and everything is resolved. So, and of course, the simple way to look at it is that you just need to look professional when you're communicating. Okay? A lot of communication, you're judged on your communication a lot. Your professionalism is judged a lot based on your level of communication. So and that can be learned. It's natural for some people more than others, but communication can be learned. And one of the other most important things about traits of strong leaders is the desire and ability to challenge and break the status quo. This really has a lot to do with creative problem solving, where maybe other people have been doing something, just following something, some process for a long time, and you can come in and you can actually break that status quo and install something better with your creative problem solving and then ability to persist and actually get the job done. You can move your organization or your company or your team a whole level forward because you will be able to break the status quo, and a part of that is the ability to have high self-esteem so that you can actually picture yourself doing it, and the other part of it is creating this creative coming up with creative solutions, and the other part is actually doing it. So these are some of the most important traits for leaders. You should always practice them, always look for them in your day to day, and over time you'll get better at them, and that will make you a stronger leader.